Greetings YouTube, this is Sixes, and today I have a deck profile of my Hazy Flame deck. Now, starting with the main deck, we have two copies of the True King, the Venator. This is the Fire True King, and its effect is that if it's in your hand, you can destroy two fire monsters from your hand or field to special summon it. And if both the monsters destroyed were fire, you get to banish one card your opponent chose, one monster your opponent chose, or that's in their graveyard. The good thing about this is that it can trigger the on-destruction effects of cards like Sphynx or Hazy Flame Sphynx. No, not Sphynx. Cerberus. On the subject of Sphynx, this one is a useful one for constant board wipes, as once it's destroyed, it will special itself back during the next standby phase and destroy all face-up monsters on the field, except for itself. And also as far as the Sphynx, it actually works well with Basilisk, because with 6/2's Basilisk cannot be destroyed by card effects. Next up, we got 3 copies of Hydra. This is a level 6 fire dinosaur with 200 defense, and like all Hazy Flames, it's immune to targeting. And while it restricts you to only summoning fire monsters, if it's used for the Xyz summon of an Xyz monster, you can equip one Hazy Flame monster from your graveyard to it as an Xyz material. Great, increase the amount of materials on Basilisk. Then 2 copies of Manacle, and its effect is that as a quick effect, you can discard a fire monster or send one from your field to the graveyard to have this thing be undestructible by card effects this turn. And strange enough, it has 300 defense instead of 200, so could have been better. Next up, 3 copies of Heraldic Dragon of Tefnuit. This one is very good for going second because it's a free special summon if your opponent controls a monster. And if itself is tributed for a tribute summon, you can special summon a just any normal dragon. Any normal dragon monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, but its stats are reduced to 0. So because of that, I won Tyhone number 2. This one is a normal dragon. It's a level 6 and it's fire, meaning it works perfectly with the Hazy Flames. Next up, we got Lava Lancelord. The benefit of Lancelord is that one has 200 defense and it's a level 6 that can know itself without tribute. But also, the one way that they can get around Sphynx is by banishing it. But if this card is destroyed, you can add a banished fire monster to your hand. So it's a good way of recovering the Sphynx. Here's a Hippogriff. I'm not really using this one for its effect. It's more the fact that it's 200 defense and, well, it has the name Hazy Flame. And yeah, I'm trying to win most of the Hazy Flames, but I'm not winning Griffin just because the summoning condition is that you can only have fire monsters in your graveyard. And, well, I'm main decking Tefnuit, and most of the extra deck is not fire. I got 3 copies of Cerberus. This one can be normal summon without tribute, but its attack becomes 1,000. And the best part about it is that if it's destroyed, you can add 1 Hazy card from your deck to your hand. Not just Hazy Flame, but also a Hazy Pillar as well, making it a great search card, even when it's destroyed off of Succor the Fire Kings or the True King, as well as Sphynx, now that I think about it. I got 3 copies of Sphynx, and with this one you can declare a card type, monster, spell, or trap, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and if it's the same as what you called, you can special summon 1 fire monster from your hand or graveyard. Note, this is fire monster, so it doesn't have to be a Hazy Flame. It can also be Sphynx or the True King. Then 3 copies of Puritan. This card can only be special by the effect of a Hazy Flame monster. and its effect is a hard once per turn, so you can't just float into itself with its own effect. Now, you can send a fire monster from your hand to the graveyard and tribute this card. Special 2 Hazy Flame monsters from your deck, which is really good for setup because you can bring out Sphynx and Hydra. Hopefully you're going to get Sphynx's effect to work, and you will already have Hydra as a means of getting another material on the monster you summon with it. 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone because it's reusable back row removal, and even if it's sent off the effect by Sphynx, it can still work from the graveyard. 3 copies of Onslaught of the Fire Kings as a means of starting your plays going second, especially on the Beast, Beast Royal, or Wing Beast. Hazy Flames from your deck, and that should be able to start plays. And also the card summoned is destroyed during the end phase, meaning Cerberus can trigger its own effect. 3 copies of Celestial Observatory. Put a level 6 monster from your hand to the bottom of the deck, then draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 copy of Celestial Observatory per turn. So it's kind of annoying when you draw a second copy off of it, but it's still really good for consistency. And with cards like Typhon number 2, it's beneficial to send that one back to the deck, or one of the Hazy Flames you plan on summoning off of Peloton. Next up, Rekindling and Monster Reborn for recovery. 2 copies of Circle of the Fire Kings. This is destroy a fire monster you control, then specify a different fire monster from your graveyard. Like I said, it can trigger the effects of Cerberus or Garunix and get a fire monster onto the field. Pretty good. 3 copies of Hazy Pillow. It's pretty much the key card to most of this, because you can now normal summon Hazy Flame monsters without tribute, which is really good. And once per turn, you can attach a Hazy Flame monster from your hand or field to a face-up Xyz monster you control as an Xyz material to increase the amount of material on monster. Really good. And also, it works with any Xyz monster, not just Bascatress. And then we got 2 copies of Flameville Council. I want a good amount of 200 defense fire monsters, so it tends to be active. Moving on to the extra deck. 2 copies of Doolittle Chimera, because all of them smile. Then number C5, Chaos Chimera Dragon. This one can take any number of level 6 monsters, and it gains 1000 attack for every material it has, and it has 2 additional effects. At the end of the down step, if this card attacked, you can detach an Xyz material to have it attack another monster the opponent controls again. And at the end of the battle phase, you can pay half your life points, then target 2 cards in either player's graveyard, place one of them on top of the deck, and attach the other one as an Xyz material. Very interesting effect. Then Frozen Lady Justice gains 500 attack for each material it has. Can be summoned with 2 level 6 monsters, but with the effect of Pillow, you can definitely increase the amount you have on this. As well as the fact that, oh no, it gains 1000 attack, not 500. I think I was thinking of a different card. Anyway, you can once per turn detach a material from this to destroy all defense resistant monsters your opponent controls. Then we got Fairy Knight Ignore, which takes 3 level 6 monsters, and once per turn you can detach 2 materials from this card. Return all other cards on the field to the hand, and your opponent cannot respond to this effect. Gauntlet Launcher. This one has 2800 defense, and its effect is not once per turn. You can detach an Xyz material to destroy a monster your opponent controls. So the idea with this one is bring it out, destroy 2 monsters your opponent controls, then evolve it into Gaia Dragon so you can still attack with more than 24 on attack. Then 3 copies of Bascatress. It's the main monster this deck is built around, so might as well max out on it. And also, I didn't have any other Wing 6s to put in here. Anyway, if it has 3 or more materials on it, it gains 200 attack and defense for each extra material it has. If it has 4 or more, this card cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. And if it has 5, note, I did not say 5 or more, 5. If it has 5, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Additionally, it has the effect that you can detach an excess material to target a monster your opponent controls or is in the graveyard, bans that. We got Swordbreaker, takes any 2 level 6 monsters, and once per turn you can attach an excess material. Declare a monster type, such as Zombie, Warrior, Dragon, Thunder, or something like that. And if this card battles a monster of that type, destroy it at the start of damage calculation. Well, damage step. Pretty useful. Then we got Photon Strike Bouncer. 2 level 6 monsters, once per turn. As a quick effect, when a monster activate, if a monster your opponent controls would activate its effect, you can detach an excess material from this, negate the effect, and then inflict 1,000 damage to the opponent. Constellar Ptolemy M7. You can detach a material and target 1 monster on the field or in either player's graveyard, and return that to the hand. Force Focus. This one has a quick effect that you can detach an excess material to target a face-up level 5 or higher effect monster your opponent controls. Negates effect until the end of the turn. Then number C73 Abyss Super Splash. 3 level 6 monsters has 3,000 attack and 2,000 defense. 3,000 attack, 2,000 defense. Yeah, I think I said that right. And if a monster you control would battle an opponent's monster, you can detach an excess material to have the attacking monster gain attack equal to the attack of the monster it's battling. So it's an easy way to beat over anything. Well, I say easy. It takes 3 level 6s. Not too difficult for this deck, but oh well. And this one is Gaia Dragon. It's a rank 7. But you can summon it by using a rank 6 monster. And it deals piercing damage. It's not that great, it's just that it's better than Gauntlet. As well as any of the ones that have already used their effect or ran out of materials. But yeah, that's all for this time.